What is happening, everybody? My name is Beth, and welcome back to Every Day is Spooktober. It has been a minute. I'm sorry for the lack of videos. I kind of miss doing the videos as well. I've just been super busy, and I thought I need to get and watch more horror. It's been a while since I've been watching horror. It's been a while since I've picked up a horror film and decided to watch it. So I've got my Starbucks. And let's talk about Nope. So when this came out, I was like, oh, it looks kind of cool. Like, I want to go see it in the cinema. To be honest with you, like, for me, I found that Jordan Peele, the creator of Nope, Get Out, and Us, you know, he definitely has a creative mind. He has something going in it for him for sure. He's got a crazy imagination, and like, he obviously has his head screwed on because he always relates his films to obviously important topics, things that society deals with every day. I guess I've not really talked about these type of films on the channel yet, but just a little introduction. I've seen Get Out and I've seen Us, so I definitely thought it was I needed to see Nope and see what the hype was about, because this was very overhyped. I absolutely adore Get Out. I think Get Out, I've seen it hundreds of times. It's such a good film. It has a good story. It's easy to follow. It's easy to understand. The acting's great. Just the story in general was good, and there was like strong horror elements. It wasn't necessarily a horror. I definitely see it more of as like a thriller. I think Jordan Peele's sort of vibe is more thriller than terrifying horror, which I like. I like those kind of films, and Get Out was a great film. And then I watched Us, and I'm a bit on the fence about Us. I'm not 100% sure about it. I didn't particularly like it that much. I've only seen it the one time, but yeah, I don't know, it for me, it just started to get a bit, it started going down a road that it was like, what the hell is happening here? I'm not following this story anymore. And I think that's a big thing with films nowadays, is like films go off the hook batshit crazy, like makes no sense. You've got to go and do a research paper to find out what happened, because it doesn't make sense in the film. And maybe some people enjoy that, but for me, it's like, I'm going to watch a film to be entertained, to watch a story, to connect, to be thrilled, to be happy, to be scared. I watch a film for those reasons. But I think when they take you off on a 3-day research paper because you've just watched something and you have no idea what you've just watched, that's for me when it just gets stupid and boring and like dull, because you can't follow the story anymore because you don't understand what's happening. With Us, I don't think it was an awful film, but I think Get Out was way better. And it was like, what happened in there? There was confusion. And I think with Nope, it's just gone one step out of line. It's gone one step further to being like really confusing, and I don't understand. I was watching the entire film and I feel like my face like maybe stuck because I was like frowning, trying to figure out what the hell I had just been watching. There was so many things in this film that had to be questioned and didn't add up and didn't make sense. And now that I've gone and done my research paper on freaking Nope, should get an A for it. The thing that I think is an issue with Nope and also Us is you're losing your audience. You have an idea, and like with Nope, there's multiple sort of reasons. Like, it's obviously about like, there's links to like the film industry and how people are treated, and animal cruelty, and knowing not to sort of to treat evil animals or whatever with respect. Like, there's multiple sort of takebacks from Nope, 100%. And it's interesting. It's an interesting concept, don't get me wrong, but how is every single person that watches this film supposed to understand that? There are a lot of them where they want, after filmmakers make the film, they want you to go off and go and research it, and they want you to go and look it up, and so it gets more sort of connection and you know, there's more activity, and there's more people looking at the film, so it gains more popularity, which is a great marketing technique. But obviously it depends what your kind of films are, but for me it's like I'm coming for entertainment and to feel something. And with Nope, this for me is the worst out of Get Out and Us, 100%. Don't get me wrong, there were some good elements, but like I've been saying, story wise, this was the most confusing, like, thing. And like I just, the entire film I was like questioning what the hell's happening. And I think it's also like a negative, because if people watch something and they don't get it, they'll be like, well, that was just shit. Because there'll be people out there that won't go and research it or go and look it up. You know, I think it puts a negative shadow over the film when it's really confusing, and there's so many things that's come from Jordan Peele. You know, obviously he's produced, directed, and written the entire film, and you know that's a lot of work for one man to do. And I think, you know, sometimes you need other perspectives to look at a film. You know, you need a director and you need a producer to look at what, you know, what you're writing or what film you're producing or directing, to get a clearer story. Obviously we don't know what the case was with this film, where this idea came from. If Jordan did it solely on his own, I don't know. But it just, there were so many questions, and I think for me that's why it's my least favorite out of the three. You know, I think like the first half of the film, I was pretty engaged. I thought Daniel and Kiki played really good characters. I also think, you know, they played believable brothers and sisters. They had a bond, and it was comedic at times, and I think that was done well. I think the location was chosen well. The color palette for the film was so interesting. You know, I think every sort of film that he's made, obviously they have like a sort of staple of what each one looks like and the theme of each one. Although there were aspects of Nope that kind of reminded me of Us, like walking around in Us when they're walking around the amusement park, and then in Nope when they're walking around Jupiter's Claim. That kind of gave me like similar vibes. You know, just one was sort of night and the other was day. Like, it just reminded me of Jordan's film. So there's definitely you can see elements of Jordan's work in this. You know, I there was things I did appreciate about it, and I was hooked, I would say, about halfway through. And I've seen other people say this. You know, I think unfortunately it was too long. I think for me, when it got about halfway through, I thought, right, we're getting to the ending, right? And then it just never ended. And I think that for me as well was another sort of letdown, because I mean, I'm just someone, when I rented this film, I thought, God, it's over 2 hours. This is going to be hard. And it's crazy to think like, oh, I can't sit in front of a TV and watch a film for 2 hours. I struggled a bit, if I'm honest. You know, like I said, about halfway through, it was starting to drag, and I think there was so many things that could have been taken out that was just unnecessary to keep in. You know, I also think like Angel, the tech guy, I think we focused a lot on him as well, and it's like I don't really see the importance of him, or why he's so, like, why he's part of this story. Obviously he's helping the brother and sisters, you know, try and capture you know, the spaceship, but at the same time it's just like, at the same, I think there was too much focus on him, which was kind of annoying. And like I said, I think there was chunks of that could have been taken out. I think Stephen from The Walking Dead, who played Jupe, I think he played a really good character. I mean, I'm not a huge Walking Dead fan, but I did watch it for a few seasons, and I thought he was really good in Walking Dead. So it was interesting to see him in another role, because I've not seen him do anything else. But when I watched him do this, I thought he played the role really well. He was super fun. It was kind of sad he died so quick. I wish we had like a bit more of him. I just like the character that he played. He was very natural, and I think he just performed really well in the role that he had. R.I.P. to him in Walking Dead and in Nope now. I think if this film was cut in half, so it was like an hour and a half, an hour and 20, and then we made the story a bit more clear, then that would have been great. You know, like I was saying before, the storyline was confusing, and like, for me anyway, I'm not someone that wants to go and have to look every question. Why was the shoe pointed up? Why was Steven's character so like happy and like not like, why was he just so normal about the whole situation with the monkey eating the cast members? You know, tell me why. You know, how do we know that this connection between like the film industry and this film, what connection is that? Make that clear. You know, about the alien in the sky, how it goes from like a spaceship to them being like this big follicle creature. Tell us the connection between that and humans, because obviously there was something there. And I don't know, you know, if there was any, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know if there's any connection with like race, that's kind of popped up in the last couple films. Maybe there was elements that I missed, but it's like there was just so many things that this story is about or is connected to or is based upon, and it's just like, give me freaking Psycho, give me a basic story. This was what we are watching and making nowadays, and like, Jordan Peele, yeah, he's successful. He's not made a ton of films, but he is successful, and this is what we're getting. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't say it was a horrific film. You know, I would definitely rank this higher than probably Barbarian, because that was just absolute garbage. But at the same time, I think like we've got to do better than that. Like, why are you sending audience members on like a wild goose chase to finish the film and be like, what the hell have I just seen? You know, I watched many reviews after I watched the film, and so many people were like, what? Like, what is happening? What have I just watched? This is so weird. I don't get it. Like, so many people were saying the same thing, and it's like, I don't know. I'm not really sure what's going through Jordan Peele's mind. Like I said, maybe it's the fact that he is taking on so much work on his film, which I completely understand. You want all the creative control, you want to be able to make the big decisions. You don't want someone else to have to do it for you, because there's no one else helping him, or maybe sort of reviewing the script, or like helping him direct, or whatever it may be. I think maybe because of that, the stories are just, his stories are like slowly going down. I mean, who knows what his next one will be. I hope like, from, you know, sort of the reviews, and also with Nope just coming out, that maybe that he can make change and not make it so crazy. For me, it feels like with the buzz around Get Out, because it did so well and it was obviously such a good film, I think a lot of people, you know, wanted more of that. I mean, I definitely did, and it just didn't. I think he was trying to, maybe he's trying to just do that again in a different format, and this is what we're getting. But if I had to rate this film, I would give it a 5.5 out of 10. There was potential. It wasn't scary at all. It was more sci-fi than anything. But too much going on in the story. Like, give a basic story and build off it. Don't make 20 different storylines embedded within one, and it all have like 25 different meanings. Like, I'm sorry, I'm so done with these overcomplicated films. I'm so done with them. So yeah, let me know what you guys think I should review next. I'm hoping to do The Menu very soon, although I have heard that's more of a comedy, not super horror. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.